Alrighty.
All right, good evening. Welcome to Fantastic Dimensions. This is session 5 of our Pound of Flesh Mothership campaign. When we left off, 13, Dr. Albright, Dr. Zvelke, and Chief Svalbard, the four of you were aboard the ship discussing the recent passing of your captain, Jazz Donahue. And then you were instructed that what did I say it was? A Justicar would be on the way to question you, and that you were to stay aboard your ship until they arrived. So, since Bob and Mark couldn't make it today, I will take their characters off the screen. Their interrogations will take place off screen. Doesn't matter. And they won't be present for whatever shenanigans you guys should get up to today. Where's Svalbard here? There he is. Newt Svalbard. Okay.
13 had let the people know that they acknowledged they were coming and they'd be prepared for them.
Correct. Yes. So when they do arrive, they'll want to talk to you individually. So about half a dozen Tempest Company Mercenaries come aboard, along with this Justicar. The Justicar's got just like a long kind of dark leathery like trench coat type thing on, wearing shades as well. The mercenaries themselves, here, let me double check this, are armed with pulse rifles. These are full-fledged operators in the Tempest companies. They have various rank insignias between 2 to 5 stripes, or rank 2 to 5 at least anyway. The Justicar himself does not seem to be armed, although he could have something hidden inside that coat quite easily.
13 will meet them at the door.
He'd introduce himself as, oh yeah, let me give him a name. We are going to call him, there we go. Let's see, what would be a good one. Justicar Advik. I'm
well.
Justicar Advik, here on appointment from Yandi on behalf of the Golyanova Ilbratva and Prospero's Dream. Who is the commanding officer aboard?
Commanding officer is the one that died in the explosion. I represent the ship as the next in command.
Very well.
As we just got here, I'm unsure of the etiquette. Should I offer refreshments?
That won't be necessary. If everyone can please just return to their quarters. I'll speak with you first, and then I'll speak with each of them on an individual basis, if that's okay.
Of course.
What is
and
your
he
name?
will instruct them to go to I am Android 13.
13. Very well. So you have everybody basically report to quarters.
Correct.
Until called. Okay, so it's just you and Advik and these 6 mercenaries who are just kind of like looking around the ship. They're not prying too deep. They're more like just kind of checking for more anything that was left out or anything that might be obviously, illegal. They're not like pulling panels apart and searching seats and stuff like that.
Of course.
So Advik will say, how well did you know Jazz Donahue? How long did you serve with her?
To be honest, she was a new captain. She had just, within this very month, got certified as a captain. Prior to that, had just been signed onto the ship. We had very little contact with her other than this. We had one mission, and then we came here.
I see. And what do you know of her extracurricular activities outside of work?
She had very little, to be honest. She was focused on becoming a captain, and once she got here, she was just wanting to let loose a little bit and go out and have some fun and experience your station. As far as any politics or anything like that, nothing ever came up.
I see.
I have all of her detailed information as the ship, and I processed everything to qualify her for captain. If you'd like to see that, perhaps that would offer some insight.
I would indeed, please.
He already has it on a chip, and he hands the chip over.
Good. Yeah, he was takes a look at all that. And he says, "How long have you been on Prosperous Dream?"
Uh, I model Thermophil Advanced Enterprise EA 2137 Alpha. It came with the ship. I am the 13th in the line, and we have been assigned to the ship for over 100 years.
I see. And how many times have you or your previous models visited the station in those 100+ years?
Uh, as you know, when they recycle, only certain memories come over. But as far as I understand, this was the first time we've been here.
Do you have access to backups in the
Uh,
ship's memory
I
core?
There are, but when the new captains come on board, it's up to them to decide if they wanted to erase it or not. Yeah,
See.
we live to serve.
Will you give me access to those files, please?
Absolutely. And he'll go to the terminal and he'll call it up and pull everything up, including when the ship was first initiated and all the rest of it.
And what do you know about the Android Liberation Front?
I'm afraid I don't know anything about an Android Liberation Front. I
Yeah,
am
not
the
bad.
only
And I
Android.
have an accent one, but it's good.
I'm the only Android on board.
Mm-hmm. Now, quick question. Do you remember you were doing a search before the bombing went off? You were looking for Android communications channels, underground Android communications channels. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
Did you wipe that from the memory or from the logs?
Of course not.
No? Okay. All right. So he has a look through your logs, spends a while, probably close to an hour, just wasting your time looking through various logs and taking note of other times that this ship has been registered as visiting the station, what model numbers were involved at what times, etc. Um, before he says, well, thank you very much for your time, XO13. If you would please send the next member for interrogation, I would appreciate it. You could return to
You're
your
well, sir.
quarters.
You're well. So he'll go and get
We'll just go with,
engineer
yeah.
Galbard.
Okay, so Svalbard would go next. After Svalbard talks to him for a
Albright.
very, very brief period of time, then we'll go to Albright. So let me see here. Where the hell is 13? There's 13. So Dr. Albright, you're the third person to speak to him. So by the time you get a chance to come out and talk to this guy, you've been waiting for over an hour and a half.
Um, I'll probably have been waiting in one of the science labs,
Okay,
if that was okay.
that's fine. In that case, then he'll come down to you then to see the lab.
Hmm. Oh, oh. I'll have been experimenting with some of those drugs that I got.
Okay, that's fine. They're not illegal here.
Not 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 imbibing any, just
Doing some
doing science
tests.
stuff on them. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. Perhaps seeing if you could reverse engineer them in future, things of that sort.
Yeah,
Okay.
that sort of thing.
Dr. Sam Albright,
Yes.
do you have anything shady on your records, Dr. Albright, that he might find, perhaps? This is out of character, of course, but
Um, hmm.
Obviously, Dr. Velke did, but he's already had that conversation.
No, I do. I don't think there's anything. I mean,
Okay.
just backstory wise.
Yeah, exactly. What's your planet of
No,
birth?
no,
He'll ask you then.
just failed kind of
Planet of birth?
political aspirations and the likes. Planet of birth. I think Earth, I guess.
Oh, congratulations on getting away. Earth's a shithole, I hear.
Yeah, it has been that way for a long time.
Overcrowded, overpolluted.
Yeah.
How long have you been serving aboard the Zero Credibility here?
Also out of character. That's not something we really did establish, is it?
It's not, no, but you can
Um,
feel free to embellish now if you like.
um, I think I've probably been on board for about a year,
Very well.
so not long in the grand
Mm.
scheme of things.
And as far as Captain Donahue and XO13, anything about their dealings, behavior, anything that seemed unusual, perhaps
No,
dangerous?
not that. No, I wouldn't call
Your
call it
captain
dangerous.
was found point blank at the location of a bombing at the icebox. This bombing has been claimed by the Android Liberation Front, a radical group of, well, you guessed it, androids here on
Mm,
Prospero's Dream who operate in the underground, constantly trying to undermine well, to undermine the station as it is.
wait a minute. Are you saying that the captain was an android?
No, she most certainly wasn't. Her parts seem to be 100% organic. We were able to recover almost 100% of her biological material after the explosion.
Hmm. Well, I think.
Didn't even have any signs of cybernetics. That's how I knew she couldn't have been here on the Dream for too long.
Well, she was, as a captain, she was new, enthusiastic, probably.
Did
Um,
she have any radical pro-Android views that you were aware of?
Not that I'm aware of.
Or perhaps just any animosity towards her own race?
Not that, not that she showed in her time here.
And what about Android 13?
Um, Android 13 has never displayed anything like that. Um, Android 13's focus has always been the ship.
Very well. Well, if we need anything else, we'll be in contact with you. But
No
nobody
problem.
here is being held as any kind of a ongoing suspect or anything, so you're all free to leave the station once the lockdown ends in a few hours, if you wish.
Okay,
Thank you for your time.
you're welcome.
And he will then be on his way and leave the rest of you to go about recruiting crew members, as I recall, is what you were working on. I imagine Svalbard will be kind of tied up doing like various maintenance and upkeep on the ship. Velke will be off doing his own bit. Remember, he was trying to obtain some kind of a doctorate, if I recall correctly, while he was here. So 13, you were looking for crewman, yeah?
Correct. He
You,
was, before that goes any further, there was an extra little bit that he included on the chip. It would be flagged for the adjutant,
what chip?
and that the data chip that he gave him.
Oh, okay, what would that be?
And it would say that a 13 is available to assist in any sort of undercover investigation if it would benefit the ship and his crew.
Okay, cool. Got it. So you're willing to be like an android mole if necessary.
Of course,
Excellent.
as long as it didn't hurt the ship or crew.
Mm-hmm. No
So
problem.
13 was compiling a list of all of the potential locals that had value for particular missions, archaeologists, geologists, everything. And then also any potential captains and any backups to the stuff that we needed, as well as checking for jobs and missions and so forth like that.
Mm-hmm. And how do you want to do the
steer.
interview process?
Well, he would do the initial interview via text message. I would assume do a quick questionnaire.
Okay, let's improvise that. So one of the applicants is Monty Halifax, who, by the way, is going to win. But
What?
who, by the way, is going to get hired because he's a player character. But
Oh, sure.
Spoiler alert. So what do you text to Monty Halifax? Or I guess what information would Monty Halifax include in his application? Maybe I should ask you first, Rusty.
Well, he said he would send out a text, so I'm wondering what like the first question is.
Okay.
Oh, what specific experience do you have as a captain, and what size of the ship, and what was the mission?
Well, I've been a captain for over a year now. I am well renowned as just winning in the court. I advocated for a member of the Tempest Mercenaries, and I won both of our debts out of there. And yeah, if you ever get a chance, Broomhilda is a beautiful judge.
Is that the response you sent back?
Yeah. Oh, and I include the ship that I captain is currently or that I had was the Druidess.
What kind of ship was the Druidess?
It was a
I imagine that's something 13 would look into.
with the Tempest, no, it was like a excavation ship.
Gotcha. Like a mining ship, maybe?
Oh,
Yes.
interesting.
Got it.
Excavations.
Perfect.
All right. Well, specifically on his resume, what would be the key skills that would be a selling point? Previous experiences.
You're looking for excavationists?
He was asking what do you feel your key experience and valuable skills would reflect?
Piloting as well as mechanical repair. Experienced command in the fighting courts of Prospero's Dream, as well as the inner space mining missions and excavations.
Well, so he will set up this Halifax person to come in for a personal interview and meet the crew. We'll schedule him for what time would you say it is today? Right now, like noon.
No. By the time you get done with all that stuff, it was well after that. Shit. The bombing took place probably in the afternoon, and then back there for interrogation. It's coming into the evening.
Well, I would say that Prospero's Dream is 24/7, so he
Actually,
will schedule
it might have
him.
been evening already. Come to think of it, yeah, it was hours later when they were coming back. Sorry. So yeah, it's evening coming up on nighttime.
Y'all had that meeting.
There was supposed to be a meeting at 10 o'clock, right?
10 o'clock where?
That was with Jazz Donahue, though. You might forget it. So.
Oh yeah, that's gone.
She sent. Oh yeah.
She's not going to make the meeting.
So yes, you get your night free. What do you want to do this?
So we will schedule him for an immediate interview, and we will use that to test his enthusiasm. We will get. I'll figure out how long it would take him to get there, I'll give him 10 extra minutes.
Another applicant that caught your eye because Chief Svalbard was lamenting the fact that he was the only one really that could fix this ship if anything went wrong with it. Was a James Rennick. James, what would your application look like?
Application looks like, here are my skills. I, done some excavation. I've done some repair. I went through I had some training with the military, but decided it wasn't to my taste. I don't mind hurting people, but I don't like other people telling me to hurt. Spent some time on the rim, so I got contacts out there. And just overall, I'm the guy with a lot of experience. If you've got money, I can work for you.
Specifically, what would you say your primary skill if you were just going to apply one skill?
My primary skill is spending money after I get it. On the job, I do whatever I need. Jack of all trades. My primary skill is flexibility.
Fair enough. So we will schedule him also for half hour after Mr. Halifax.
Mr. Halifax will arrive 15 minutes prior to the time that was given.
Where is the interview going to take place?
On the ship, of course.
Okay, got it. Okay, so we're going to do Halifax first, and then a half hour later it'll be Rennick. Got it. All right.
So who of the crew? Obviously, Bogdan won't be there because he's studying.
The only other crew member with you will be Dr. Albright.
Very well. So 13 will approach Dr. Albright. Dr. Albright, what do you say we approach this with a little bit of skullduggery? And I'll play dumb to the side and just let you grill him as a person and see how he reacts to an android. I'm curious with all this talk of anti-human and anti-android. I'm curious to see what his position on all of that is. I'd rather see it come from you.
Okay, so you want me to?
I'm gonna act subservient to you.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll roll with this 13. I'm not sure.
So I guess you hear I'll bang on the hatch 3 times, and I'll say, Captain Halifax.
He's not here.
Dean will open the door.
All right, you step aboard the blockade runner with 0 credibility. It's old but sturdy. It's obviously had some refits in more recent years. You'd notice as you approach it, Monty, including the fact that it actually has a what was it? A railgun mounted. That's definitely not stock.
I guess I'll go up and shake his hand. Welcome, Mr. Halifax.
Monty's fine, and
Oh.
I'll grab your hand pretty firm.
Monty. This way, and I'll lead him into wherever.
Sure.
13 will follow.
Yeah, where do you want to take the interview? Do you want to do it in the galley? Do you want to do it up on the bridge? Engineering? In the brig? You have a brig.
In the showers.
In the showers, yeah, definitely. I guess so we're informal. So the
You're not a
galley
military
probably.
ship, yeah, so
Yeah.
galley it is. Okay, cool. All right. At least you can have coffee and whatever.
Yeah.
You guys have a stocked galley. You're in good shape.
Yeah. So Dr. Albright has no idea how to conduct interviews. But I guess just sit down and start asking some questions about, if there was a human. If there was an android on a train track and there was a train going at it and there was a lever to change the direction of the train, but if you changed it, it would like run into a human child, what would you do?
You know, I've been to this track before, and I pulled the lever both ways in the past. So
So
I had 5 years experience running these excavation ships out, and yeah, I've had to make calls both ways.
okay, but
For
specifically
a child,
yeah.
yeah, I'll kill the android
You
immediately.
kill the, so you're kind of anti-android, are you?
No, but I mean, it's a child. They can salvage the android remains and try to give him a new digital life.
Interesting. Interesting. 13, could you maybe get us some refreshments?
Of course, Dr. Albright.
Thank you. Be quick about it.
He's already on his way.
Yeah.
But you know, piloting is just part of my skills. I recently just fought in the courts.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
I freed
So
a,
have you
two-
any experience dealing with like ships androids? They're kind of strange beasts, strange creatures. It can be.
I served with a lot of androids. Some I'm more fond of others. I'm not familiar with all the models,
Okay.
but the ones that the Tempest Company has, they aren't half bad.
Good to know.
Refreshments.
Oh, thank you. I
They
think
serve different ways, serve different functions.
oh, you're still talking about androids, are you? I think we're good here, 13. I think Monty is the sort
I
of
point at
person we're looking for, I think.
I point at my patch, and it's like a meter gauge, and it says like bad times, and it's like in the red zone. Are you guys trying to stick around Prospero's dream for long, or?
I think we'll be staying around here for a while. Yes.
Yeah, so I'm trying to find work. I may not be interested if you plan to stay here for a while.
Well, we'll probably use it as some sort of a base, perhaps, and look for work outside ourselves.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to find work. If you don't have any work,
We have a number of jobs lined up, Mr. Califax. If you had a choice between a scientific exploration or a military catch and grab, which would you be most interested in if they paid the same?
well, I'd have to look over your files, but the fastest option, the mission that can be most accomplished in the quickest.
And perhaps safest way. We are predominantly non-military at the moment.
I mean, I'd like to 13. May I call you that? I'd like to see how we perform together, and we can do a test trial, and I can see if you meet my standards as well as an employer.
Speaking of standards, may I have your resume chip so I can compare it against the ship's requirements for captain?
No one's ever asked me that before, but sure.
He'll enter it into the system. Does it meet all the requirements, or are there still some
He's got the
Issues
skills.
to be
That's
dealt
what I mean. Yeah.
He's got command already.
Yeah, he's got the qualifications. He's certified.
Very well.
I'll tell you one thing maybe your last captain didn't know, and why maybe I'm here now is that captains aren't meant to go down with the ship. The androids are.
Very interesting. You realize that becoming a captain of the ship requires a significant buy-in and to take responsibility for the remaining outstanding debt for the rental and lease of the ship.
Yeah, you can send over your first offer, and I'll review it.
No need. I have it here. I'll hand it over to him. I don't have the number in front of me. What was the amount that
The current
the
debt
ship was
owed on the
total?
ship is 934 million credits.
Write this down. Hold on. 934 million.
Mm-hmm.
What's his portion?
Well, if he signs on as a captain, I mean, he basically will manage the, unless you decide to divide it up evenly, in which case it'll be 1 of 5 at the moment, maybe 6 if you hire him.
Right. Okay. Well, he's going to give him the
So
entire
let's just
debt.
assume you have 6 crew members. That would be 155,666,667 credits apiece.
I'm looking to get off Prospero's dream, so I'll jump through all your hoops right now.
It'll
Like
only
I
be
said,
5, right?
I hit my
13 doesn't
patch.
pay. 13 doesn't pay. Part of the ship.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Shit. I forgot about that. 34
So it'd be by 5.
Divided by 5. Yeah, it'd be 186,800,000 credits.
Well, there'll be
Outstanding.
a bonus, to move into the ship, and a bonus for signing on in advance. They can. You guys say you want to stay here sometime, and I'm gonna have a high oxygen bill. That's what got me in the court in the first place.
Oh, I see. You were under the impression that we were going to pay you.
I
Interesting.
mean, isn't that how crews work? Isn't it every week we get a share?
I'm not sure what sort of captain you were before, Mr. Halifax. But the captain's responsible for the ship, all logistics, all personnel, all the finances. It's not a clock in, clock out sort of a thing. Perhaps this is not the right fit for you.
No, I've been going around ship to ship around this docking station, and I'm trying to leave the Prospero's dream. There was just this bombing. It's not safe for humans, perhaps, Doctor.
Very well. Mr. Halifax, if you'll give us a few moments, we'll go to the side with Mr. Albright, Dr. Albright, take him into another room.
Okay. What's next to the galley? The barracks are close by, cryos close by, medical bay.
Dr. Albright.
Yes, 13. Do you think he's a good fit?
Don't. I think that he's a proper a captain as far as being a pilot and possibly secondary skills and so forth, but ship comes with an enormous debt, and it requires a certain level head and a not small amount of financial wizardry. Perhaps we should leave the actual finances to all crew as a communal vote rather than to the captain. He doesn't seem willing or possibly even able to understand the fact of what's required to maintain the ship. Basically, just bring him on as a pilot,
Hmm.
equal share pilot, perhaps. And when we say, for instance, we were to bring in a large bounty again, that the bounty be split up first, paying off the immediate debt, and then just split evenly amongst the crew rather than leaving it to the captain.
Yeah,
We can include that in
sounds
the
like it might work.
Yeah, we could include that into the contract.
Yeah,
I will write.
I think.
I will write it up immediately for your review.
Thank you.
He'll leave and go start writing that up and prepare for the arrival of Mr. Rennick.
I was gonna say Rennick should be arriving about now.
So he'll use his laptop and he'll go over and meet Mr. Rennick.
Okay, so where's Monty? Back in the galley still? Or?
He's in the
Correct.
galley and he was like going through the fridge eating something.
Yeah, he's helping himself. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Ignoring stuff that had people's names on it. I'm going to
Yeah.
eat this.
Hey, wow, this sandwich's name is Dr. Albright. How weird.
God damn it.
Hey, whatever looks the freshest.
Looking over Mr. Rennick's files, is he an engineer? I was under the impression he was an engineer.
I have engineering skills, yes.
Okay, very good. We need another engineer. Mr. Rennick, I am Android 13. Very good to meet you.
How you doing? Likewise.
Yeah,
We're
please.
Dr.
to meet you,
Albright
Mr. Rennick.
is currently meeting with a potential replacement for the captain's seat in the form of a pilot.
Now, what happened to your captain?
She got caught in
Happened
that
to the last
blast.
captain.
She got caught up in that
You were
blast.
kidding.
No, she was like dead center in the middle of it.
Oh, the hell of a thing.
All the bad luck, indeed.
She was dead center in the middle, you say?
I
She have, off the record, she have anything to do with it?
No, apparently she was there to have fun and was just going dancing and just happened to run into an android that looked like myself and to introduce herself, and he blew up.
I know what that's like. So as I say, the other interview, is this a competition or
No,
a
sir.
potential colleague?
We were looking for an alternate and not a replacement, an alternate position for engineering, and as you noted, a jack of all trades to fill in the various duties and responsibilities. Looking for an able-bodied crewmate. He's gonna
Oh,
be
you're looking at him.
going to be up front and let him know what the current lease is. We have a 5-year lease,
Mhm.
934 million. This is what we pulled on our last job. He's going to pull up the numbers from the last job.
The last job you made 60 million, of which you paid 16 million to the towards the debt, and the remaining 44 million was divided up amongst the crew.
Is
He'll be up.
Monty hearing this other interview?
No,
Nope.
Okay.
no, I assume they're still
Right.
talking over by the like in the
Exactly.
cargo bay or something, over where the
And no,
hatch
he's going
is.
to be making his way to the engineering area to
Okay, taking
to a
towards
point.
engineering.
Right.
Mhm.
Cool.
What sort of ship have you served on before? That sort of small talk. And
What kind haven't I served on?
oh, that's wonderful.
Again, I don't mean to pry too much for a paying job, but are you all smugglers? Because this ship is, I've known one or two.
They are not smugglers, but I suspect that if a smuggling job came up and it paid well, that there would
Yeah, you
be
might want to
little.
look into it. It is good pay for very little risk, I'd say, if you got a good pilot.
And Prospero's Dream is one of the major manufacturers of a lot of drugs
Sure.
out here in the Rim.
Mhm.
It's the primary manufacturer, of course, of Psychorax, which is a very,
due to the fact that we no longer have any military personnel on board or former military veterans, the idea was that we were going to start seeking more scientific exploration, that sort of thing. But I'm sure that any sort of lucrative position would be reviewable and acceptable.
Yeah, that sounds great. Not to scare you off, but I do have some military training, but it's not something I'm exactly proud of. So
I've noted all of that in your record, and that's just another feather in the cap. And then when he gets to engineering, he's going to start pointing out things. We have this, this, and this. This is the last thing. This was repaired, and this, and this, and this. And he's going to try to overwhelm him with technical data and see how he handles it.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I can tell that was repaired.
Yeah, not to be a dick, but just to make sure that you know all the parts and all.
All right,
Yeah.
give me an intellect plus engineering roll.
For me?
Yeah.
All right. Intellect plus engineering. Engineering is plus 15.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cool. So that is a 3. No, a 30.
Nice.
Sorry, it's a 30.
A 30.
Which still makes it.
Very good. Yep. He passes the test in flying colors.
Yeah, and I'm used
he
to.
even catches the things that you left out to try to deliberately see if he would notice.
Yeah, I'm used to people freaking out around me, so I'm just like, yep, I got it all. I will note it in the logs and patch up what needs patching up, and give you advice on what you are asking for.
Mr. Rennick, I'm going to say that you have my full support. We're going to introduce you to all the crew.
Sounds great.
Have a meet and greet. Make sure that there aren't any major issues.
Do we have a first job?
We just dealt with our captain blowing up, so we're in flux at the moment. But we have at least 13 jobs lined up. We just need to decide which one we want.
I understand that people have jobs lined up. I'm just,
we're not
I'm
pulling
just
out in the
wondering
next
if
few
this is
minutes.
on contingency kind of deal, or if we're actually going to do some work.
Oh, we have plenty of work lined up.
Monty.
Let's go meet Engineer Scalbard. I'm sure you'll have lots to discuss with him.
All right, point me in the right direction.
Monty, while you're sitting in the mess, the galley, just like washing down your meal with like a cup of hot coffee. You get a ping on your whatever communication device you have, your pad. And it's a message from your guy in Tempest Company. Roll D10 for me, Rusty, if you would, please.
Awesome. 4.
Okay. He says, roll another D10 for me real quick as well.
A 10.
A 10?
Yes.
Okay. Double check this here. Yeah. Okay. He says, hey, got a job for you.
Yeah.
We need you to get your team, whoever that may be, head down to the sink, hunt some choke spawn. Colonel Antonio is currently paying 30,000 credits a kill.
Uncle Antonio?
Colonel Antonio.
Colonel.
Yeah, the dreaded
Okay.
Tempest mercenary, Uncle Antonio.
To kill what?
Choke spawn.
Choke spawn. Okay.
So choke spawn, you would know what choke spawn are, being that you've been here long enough. You would have heard of them anyway. Maybe you've never seen them. Yeah. So the sink is down in the choke. It's down in the Oh, of course, they'll also offer you a pass for returning from Doptown, the choke area, all that, because that's in the restricted area. Of course, you need to wear oxygen and stuff like that when you go down there. Basically, it's in the depths of station. In fact, here I could even just bring the map up. That might be helpful again. The choke is down there, number 10. You see?
Okay, got it.
Yeah, way down there. And choke spawn are where does it describe exactly what they are? Page 34 is the thing about the sink, right? Yeah. The choke spawn are basically these monsters that stalk the darkness down there. All kinds of different mutations, and including both biological and cybernetic, that exist amongst them.
Yeah, awesome.
Was there any more information about the choke spawn here somewhere? I think it's just mentioned that, yeah. Down to choke. Here we go. Yeah, that's really all I have on it.
Yeah, I'll respond and say it's mine.
All right. This offer expires. We'll say the offer expires at the artificial sunrise, 6 a.m., which we'll say is about a little over 12 hours from now. Okay.
13 pings Mr. Halifax's notepad.
Okay.
Has a copy of the contract that lists employing him as a contracted pilot. And then after a period of probation, if the crew agrees to take on the captain's seat, offering him a 1/6 share of profits after expenses.
He's gonna go ahead and sign it, and when he signs Monty Halifax, he turns the X into a pentagram and adds a dot as he touches this on his pad and sends it.
Very well. He's going to go back and check on Mr. Rennick and Mr. Scalbard.
Yeah. So Chief
And
Scalbard.
I'll send out a thing to 13 saying of this new job and all the details. 30 credits ahead and
30,000 credits per kill.
okay.
Hunt choke spawn in the sink.
13 will immediately respond back with what are the nomenclature of the choke spawn, size, weaponry, what's expected to take them down.
Oh yeah, the sink is what remains of the once bustling downtown center of the dream, now lays in ruins, covered in twisting ropes of cybernetic wires creeping around every fallen building. It is dark, fetid, and quiet. Behind every shadow lurks some hideous abomination.
I just send 13 more later.
What I meant to say is, are they the size of rats, the size of a horse, or the size of elephants?
They vary in size from the size of rats to grotesque, massive, combinations of creatures.
Is it 30,000
If
regardless?
13's asking me, I just tell them they're mostly small.
Does the pay increase when they're larger?
Oh yeah, that would be unusual
It's
to see a large one.
It's 30,000 credits per kill, period.
Yeah, I reinforced that to him and dealing with our debt.
Now
How
you
many,
would
how many have you killed in the past?
you've never killed any. You've never been down to the choke.
Right, but I'm thinking of something to say, so I'll say that I've fought these things in the court as like a fib.
There you go.
Very well. 13 we'll put in to request the video of that particular fight so he can review the potential of these creatures, and he'll
Yes,
wait on that.
choke spawn are often used in the court as well sometimes. So yeah, you go.
So he looks forward to watching the video of this fight.
I saved myself and another person in this fight. It was epic.
Again, we look forward to reviewing it. He'll go find engineer Scalbard and Mr. Rennick.
Okay. Yeah. What about Svalbard and Rennick then? When you find them, what do you want to do?
Just making sure that they're getting along, since they'll primarily be working.
I presume that they are, but I mean, I can't tell you because the other Mark's not here. So
Sure, yeah, I'm sure they'll get along.
Yeah. We're pretty friendly.
no problem.
Yeah, and then we'll continue and walk him to meet Dr. Albright and then Mr. Velke.
All right. So for purposes of going on this this job, obviously Velki and Svalbard will not be available. So if you guys want to do this job, it'll be the four of you. But
And I
let's take
tell
a,
13, I tell him time was of the essence for this particular
Yeah.
job.
the offer expires at 6 a.m.
Allow us to prove us.
Mr.
Prove
Rennick,
ourselves.
Mr. Halifax, I require thumbprints and retinal scans to sign on to the ship.
Halifax, is it cool if we have worked together before?
That will. I'm gonna ask Ian. I'm not sure
I'm
if
totally
you
cool with it.
were.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So then, when I see Halifax, I'll be like, oh, Halifax, son of a gun. You guys are hiring this guy. You've made a great choice.
They haven't heard about your nights in heaven, have they?
I mean, days and nights, right? Anyway, if you're getting yourself in a scrap, this guy will get you out. So, looking forward to working with you again, Monty.
Thumbprint and retinal scan, please.
You got it.
My eyes are very sensitive. You may have to hold them open.
Okay. And 13 will hold his eye open, like peel the lid all the way back.
Yeah.
And here we go.
So 13 makes it extra painful for you. Okay. So you get your scans, you get them loaded in onto the crew database for the ship. There is no captain then currently in the ship, so 13, you're technically in charge, right?
So, Pilot Halifax, I believe you have a job to present to the crew.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get the details on weapon capabilities. I'll get back to you on that. But it seems we're gonna hunt down some darkness stalkers in the choke. We only got till 6 a.m. It's 30,000 credits ahead. Colonel Antonio, I can message him back for some details. But I
Is this
told
going to
him
be a?
we got first dibs and it's a time crunch.
Are we going to be hunting these things, or is it going to be a safari?
Hunting. You need to be looking for 'em.
Hunting, yes.
So it's going to take longer to rack up some money. Got it.
It doesn't sound very safe.
I vote no.
Very well. I'm just here
I
to
mean-
man your wheel after all.
Yeah. Are we
Thought
taking
you
off
wanted to
anytime
work
soon?
is all.
Yeah,
30,000 doesn't sound like that much to risk as much as we're talking about risking.
I don't know. I got 290 in the bank, and 30,000 sounds like a lot to me. So, Monty, if you want to, take a break while these guys are sleeping, I'm happy to go down with you.
Captain 13, let me see if Colonel Antonio will do 50 ahead, 50,000 ahead.
Yes, Pilot Halifax, and I am the ship servitor. Thank you.
Yeah, so I will message him back saying the captain of my new crew. No, I won't say that. I'll just say 50 ahead, Colonel, and you got it.
Okay. You get a message back that it's just kind of like an LOL, basically. And then you get a few minutes later, you get another message that says, I don't know who you think you're talking to. Last I knew, you owed us. Just for that, if you don't bring us 3 kills by dawn, you better never show your face on the dream again. See you in the morning.
I will only show the message to 13.
Okay.
Very well. So you come to us owing money to the mob. Is that the impression I'm getting?
I mean, do you want the best pilot or do you want not the best pilot?
Says your whole crew owes money to a shadow organization.
Yeah, last
Right.
time I checked, we were all in debt to you as the ship servitor.
Well, guess you better get some bugs then.
I mean, unless you got one of those other opportunities you have lined up for us coming to fruit.
How much was it to hire underlings again? Because he's got a whole list of people in his category. So we could get some thugs and scum and all the rest of that.
Let's see here. So that will take us to. I was going to take a bio break, but we're not going to now. We're going to do this
You
instead.
just want to come back to that?
No, because I don't want to start off there. Here we go. So mercenaries. So depends on the types of mercenaries you get. They have an advance that's required.
Gun bunnies. We're just looking for gun bunnies.
Yeah, they're paid in advance when hired, and then you pay them a monthly salary going forward. So if you're looking for marine grunts, yeah,
Yes.
they cost 150 credits a piece, advance, plus 600 credits a month a piece. They come with the
Sounds like a
military
good
training
deal.
skill, and extermination loadout, which means you
So
would
I
also
could
have to you would also have to provide them with vac suits probably and oxygen since you're going to be going down to the choke.
okay, but I can
Maybe
message
additional
Colonel
costs.
Antonio and get a crew from him or no?
I suspect you'd message him again. You're going to owe more money.
Yeah.
I've got this pilot Halifax. I can take it from here. I've already got a crew set up for it. So
I
if you will,
prefer Starfighter.
very well, Starfire Halifax.
All right. Well, you think about that, then let's take a bio.
Very good.
Alrighty.
10 or
Vac suits are expensive, by the way.
Are we doing 10?
Yeah, we're taking 10 or so.
Cool.
That's why I changed the screen. make myself a cup of coffee and then I'll be ready to go.
Back.
Excellent.
I had to process the next batch of food through the mill,
Monty Halifax reporting in.
cooking for 20, so it takes me a little bit of time.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
All right.
But then-
So, quick question. Colonel Antonio told me I had to do this job, pretty much, right?
It wasn't Colonel Antonio, it wasn't your contact, it was somebody else. But yeah, Colonel Antonio is who's
Oh.
paying.
Sorry, but that's what they had said last. Was like, I better
Yeah,
do
we can
this,
keep it
or
simple.
else.
We'll just say it's Colonel Antonio. Why not? We'll keep it simple. So I guess everybody's back. I can turn the
Mm-hmm.
screen back on.
Alrighty.
So yeah, Colonel Halifax said, now he said that if you don't bring back at least 3 heads, you better not show your face on the station again. Basically, you got to know
Okay, I
the
gotta
fact
at
that
least
you're
get
asking
3.
him for more
Yeah.
money.
Well, Rennick, sounds like we just gotta get 3. We'll get 3 small ones, and we'll be out.
Yeah, that sounds great. I don't see how they're a
Doctor,
problem.
wouldn't these interest you? We could get those scum dogs.
Dr.
Sounds-
Albright,
it
did you
sounds
want to did you want to go so you could inspect the bodies and such?
It sounds remarkably dangerous. Could you not take heads from the court? And
I don't know if they're talking about literal heads, so I'm actually we can come to some kind of agreement.
You mean 3 random heads, not from the choke?
no, from you're trying to get what are they called? They're
Choke spawn.
choke spawn, and you said that they
Could
fight.
you get the spawn from somewhere else?
They're dark stalkers.
You fight in the court, right?
No, the
So
sink. The sink.
But
I
I
fought
thought
in the courts, yes.
Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
thought they were. I thought that they used these things as combatants in the court. No,
They're a pest to the station as well.
In my searching
Like
for various,
rats. They're small like rats.
Yeah,
in my,
small like
in my
rats.
searching for various crewmen, I found a number of Marines looking for work. We could secure a handful of them to take down with us to help add
Yeah,
the
pull that
numbers.
up. Let me see if I know recognize any of these people. Rennick might as well.
Yeah, take a look.
How many would you like?
I mean, more
I
guns
want
is
the
good.
full frontal 13,
maybe
all of them on the screen on the
They'll put 100 Marines on the screen.
There aren't 100 available.
However many there are available.
You're looking specifically for grunt mercs, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, I will say there are 16 you find.
We'll show you 16.
we'll take them.
Now hold on a second. There's something you need to understand here, right? If you're sending them down to Doptown, you're going to have to provide them with vac suits, which cost 1,000 credits apiece, plus oxygen.
Is that to buy or to rent?
Well, that's to buy, yeah.
Right, so he's going to go through the 16 and he's going to flag all the ones that have their own suits and air.
In that case, then you end up with 0.
Willing to pay bonus.
Let me see something here.
But I mean, we could, you know,
Yep,
see it as
Marines don't come with vac suits or oxygen stuff like that. No. So
we could
All right, so
see it as
how much is it to rent them?
couldn't we invest in some vac suits for the ship and
Absolutely. We had reserved a number of bit of money to the side to do that.
Yeah,
You
if we
could go
keep
ahead
them
and
handy,
you could go ahead and buy
keep them
those
handy and
now.
we can use them in the future.
So we'll buy at least one for each crewmate and then a spare for each crewmate.
So a dozen.
I've got
12,000.
one.
Yep.
12,000 credits to buy 12 vac suits.
Yes.
Done.
Cool. Yeah, one bug will get that paid off.
Who are you deducting that from? Who's paying that?
When
You had some money for the ship, didn't you? 13.
I had 13 had a full share because the captain didn't take any money.
Okay.
So his share is
Okay.
the ship
So
share.
so take your share and subtract 12,000. You now have 12 vac suits.
Got it. I already did that.
Okay.
All right. So now we can hire
Grunts.
leave it at least 5. So we're going to look for the ones with the
No, I have my own vac suit.
Same here.
how many are available immediately within the hour?
How many of the Marines are available?
Yep.
Immediately within the hour. Let's see. There were 16. 10 of them.
All right.
Let's
So we will
load them up.
we'll set them up and
You get 10 Marine mercenaries.
and we'll say to meet us at a particular location. If you're on time, you'll get paid.
Okay.
Excuse me, Captain, or I'm sorry, ship's estuary 13. Will you be leading this mission?
No, I serve the ship.
You'll have no part.
So
Very
13, you're
well.
not going.
It would probably be best that I stay behind and continue my research for the ship. One would assume, Pilot Halifax or Starfighter Halifax, that because you brought the mission to us, that you would in fact lead the mission.
Yeah,
Yes,
sounds like
but
you're
is
on
there
point,
a way
Monty.
for us? Is there a place for us to communicate 13 from here to the choke?
Do our short-term comms work or only long-term or long? Oh, we noted that before because we're hooked up to the umbilical. We have access to the ship or to the
Yeah,
station.
yeah. You can communicate anywhere amongst the station with your
Yeah,
short range
yes, we
comms.
can communicate.
Yes. Okay.
All right, so we're gonna potentially have 10 Marines.
You have 10 mercenary Marines, no problem.
Dr. Albright, were you gonna go with
All
them?
right.
It's looking a bit safer, so
So
think
Albright,
I-
you're going to go along with? Okay.
I'm gonna hand 13 my journal of grudges, and just say, "This is you're research these people you find in here. Everything you want to know about the mafia and my ties. These are my grudges."
Very well. This is where you can pick the suits up en route and meet the Marines there. These are the names of the 10 that should show up. If they show up, let them know, and we will get them paid. And they're to come
All right.
armed. If they're not armed, they don't get a vac suit and they go on about their business.
So how many of these vac
Yep.
suits do you need to?
We need
Do
to
you need
take
to,
10,
to oxygenate?
11.
Does Mr. Rennick and Mr. Albright have one?
I do. I sure do. And I'll swing by and grab my laser cutter for good measure.
No,
I've
you will
got
not. Your laser cutter is contraband on the station. That's why it's in a locker.
It is. Ha ha ha. Okay.
All
Then I won't do that.
All hull piercing weapons.
So we're
I've
gonna
got a-
have 13 suits carried.
You don't need to take that many down if you don't. Each have your own suit. He was talking about of the 12 that we bought. How many are you taking?
Oh, 10.
Okay, so you need 500 more credits for oxygen tanks for all of them. You can spend
For-
that as well, 13. That's for 10
A
oxygen
piece?
tanks. 50
Oh, it's- okay.
credits each, yeah.
So it's 500
Mm-hmm.
and it's 500. Got it.
So a vac suit is better than a hazard suit.
Is it?
It has more
different.
armor.
It has
It has
more
more
armor
armor.
than a vac suit does. Or sorry, than a hazard suit does. The vac suit requires an oxygen tank, though. The hazard suit actually filters air and stores up to 1 hour's worth of filtered air in a small tank that it has. So it also has a hazard suit also has a hydration reclaimer system. It makes up to 1 liter of water that lasts for 4 days.
Which one did we buy?
You bought vac suits.
Okay. Very good.
I think
They have more armor.
I've got a hazard suit.
But
It-
he owns a hazard suit, so.
Did all 10 of the Marine grunts, mercenary grunts, see that they were en route?
What about them? Sorry.
We told them to meet us at this location at this particular time. Vac suits
Yeah,
and
you'd have
tanks
to
would
meet
be
somewhere near the court, probably.
Does anyone have a
Right.
body cam?
I have a body cam.
Okay, perfect. So we'll have the body cam feeding back to the command
And
deck.
Yeah. So I'm gonna need to get.
and that
I'm gonna need to get some kind of weapon. And I was wondering how legit it is to be like, hey, I need to move all my stuff onto the ship I just signed on with. Grab my laser cutter and make a quick swing down
You
on
can't
the way
grab
back.
your laser cutter. Laser cutter is
Wh-
seized.
What
from the
weapons
ship.
are available
Oh,
to
it
us?
is seized. Like
Yeah,
I don't have access to it at all.
It's not on your ship. It's kept in a locker
Mhm.
wherever you were docked.
you signed onto the ship, 13 made arrangements to have it courier bring all your stuff over whenever.
Sure,
Sounds great.
that's no problem.
But weapons allowed in the choke.
Yeah, weapons are allowed in the choke, but you can't bring laser cutters. You can't bring rigging guns.
Grenades.
No.
Okay.
Let me double
What
check that. Yeah,
about
grenades do mega damage, don't they? Yeah, they do. You
So
can't
I'll
bring
need to grab
grenades.
something that shoots.
13? Can you buy me a SMG?
Gordon, can I buy him an SMG?
Of course you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna need something too. Pulse rifle's great. I'll take one of those, or if you're feeling cheap, I'll take an SMG too.
Well, grenades aren't allowed, but yeah, if 13 will buy pilot a SMG, I think that's all I need.
Okay. Where's the bit about the laws here? That's not it. This is not it.
Unless we have to use like Vibe Shetties or something.
I seem to have gone through the
Actually,
laws
13.
so
Can you grab me a combat shotgun? Because I think that might be good for a close-up bug hunt.
Does make sense. Combat shotguns all around.
Sounds
No
great.
SMGs?
We might want to vary it up a little bit just in case we need to change our tactics. But
13 requests SMGs and shotguns.
yeah, you're in charge, Halifax.
You have skills with these weapons?
I have military training.
they both have
Likewise.
military training, yeah.
What's the mechanics between these two weapons? Which one's the better damage provider?
SMG does 3 or 4d10,
The shotgun?
2d10 knockdown.
No, that's 2d10 times 10. You're reading that wrong. 2d10 times 10 for the combat shotgun, plus a knockdown on crit. The SMG does 4d10 straight. The SMG is fully automatic, so unless you have military training, it will fire the whole clip, but they do have military training, so they can get 5 bursts per clip.
Shotgun also does half damage at medium range and quarter at long range, it looks like.
Right.
You're going to be in close quarters. So what's the
Shotgun
cost?
gets 4 shots.
What's the cost on those?
Combat shotgun costs 1,400 credits. An SMG costs 1,200 credits. Pulse rifle costs 1,600 credits. It does 5d10 damage, double on a crit. It's fully automatic. Phosphorus rounds. Has a smart
Right, so
ring
they're
system,
all
so you get a plus
comparable.
5.
So
Get a plus 5 to combat if you're wearing a heads-up display.
Pulse rifles are good. I'm just partial to SMGs.
Yeah, I'm good for whatever shoots.
okay, well, the ship is going to forward you the money based upon the reward that you bring in. So you choose whatever weapon you want.
I'm buying 2 then.
Okay, so what are you buying? I need to know so I can give you totals.
1 shotgun, 1 SMG with extra ammo.
How many extra
With
ammo
yeah.
clips for each?
One ammo each.
Okay, so that's 1,450 plus 1,250, was it?
And I'll grab
So
a
it's
combat shotgun.
2,700 credits for your guns. Write them down.
Thank you.
Cool.
Both of them?
For just Monty's. What are you getting, Rennick? A combat shotgun?
Grabbing a combat shotgun, and I'll take a slug gun revolver for a side piece.
A revolver. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's 750, 2,150, and extra clips.
Yeah, let's grab a handful. A couple of
How
them.
many?
I'll say 2 for
2
each.
So it's another 100 each. So
Yeah.
1,500 and 850, 2,350 for yours. So the combined total of the 2 characters, that's 5,050 credits for their guns.
I got
Cool.
it. I got it written down.
Got it.
Dr. Albright, did you need anything to head down into the hole?
No, I think I'm okay.
Have a weapon?
I have a 5 Shetty that I hope I don't have to use.
How much is one of the foam guns?
Foam gun is 275 credits.
He's just going to give Dr. Albright his foam gun. All you got to do is point and shoot. It's very good for other things as well. I think someone as intelligent as you would be better off with one of these.
Don't worry. Me and Rennick have worked together in the past.
Yeah.
Thank
We
you.
got hand signs down.
I'm going to give him the foam gun.
Oh God.
He'll just buy another one later if it gets lost.
Okay.
So I guess we'll get a cab, a Johnny.
All 10 Marines that they were headed en route with guns and ammo.
Yeah, the 10 Marines, I'll tell you that you bought 10 Marine grunts. They have military training and extermination packages. So what's on the extermination package?
Guns.
SMG
guns.
frag grenades.
Yeah, they don't have their frag grenades, obviously. So they have SMGs, standard battle dress, but you're putting them in vac suits, so they'll switch to vac suits. Stim packs,
So they all have
electronic
SMGs.
toolkits.
Okay. I got all the money arranged and all that, so put the little beepers on them and send them on their way. I'll stay in touch with the 10 Marines and tell them where to meet, where to pick up their vac suits.
Okay. Cool. So it'll be getting late into the evening, going into the nighttime by the time you guys start heading down towards Doptown. So, Monty, Dr. Albright, James Rennick, you'll rendezvous, of
Monty
course,
wants
with
to
the 10 Marines.
Okay, so once we're on the way, Monty wants to stop at like a market and pick up like a live space chicken or something, a bait.
Are you looking
Monster
to
bait?
buy like a live chicken or something?
Lizard, something, a rat.
A live animal. He's looking for bait for the mutants.
Bait.
Is all. As we're driving, right? If there's a market or something, I ask.
Yeah, there's loads of places for sure. There's tons of establishments. Shopping and retail. There's an Android rental location.
A live creature. And as we're in the cab or whatever, I'll pull out this device that starts beeping and I say, "This is a locator. We're going to stick it on the bait. Live bait."
Anyway, yeah, I'll say you can get like a rat or something.
Okay, so I'm going to pick up this rat and I shove a locator down its throat, make sure it swallows it.
Okay. No problem.
And I believe it only tracks back to the command, so it'll be 13 will start to see that.
Is that what it says in the locator device?
I think in the rules, yeah, it says it locates to a command deck on the ship.
Mhm.
I don't know if we have a handheld.
Yep. So it allows crew members at a control center or on the bridge of a ship. So you need a control center to track. Yeah. So 13 can track it from the bridge. Okay. So you're headed down to Doptown. Doptown is, of course, slang for the deoxygenated people's town again. Let's see here. The first location you will come to from the Dream will be the airlock. So the airlock is a heavily armed gate flanked by 2 cement turret bunkers and 10 armored troopers. So these are heavily armed, like Tempest Mercenary Company guys. They've got smart rifles. Oh, these guys actually have frag grenades. Look at that. I guess because they're the law, they can get away with it. There's hastily scrawled graffiti on the cement that says, "Take my breath away." The commanding officer of this shit detail, oh, look at that, is Colonel Antonio. This is the guy you talked to earlier, Monty. He'll see you coming up.
Good evening, Colonel.
He says, I was starting to wonder if you were going to show up at all. Took you long enough.
I had to pick up some mercs on the way. You know, I'm trying to help out the boys and the Tempest boys. I always want to
How did you
share
afford all
my.
of these?
Well, I just signed on to a contract with the fastest ship in the station.
All right. Well, here's your pass, as I said. He'll give you a pass. This will make sure that you and anybody from your gang who comes back can get out. He says, keep in mind, anybody down in the choke who's aware that you have this would kill to get it. Also, I'm only giving
Understood.
you guys one. So if this guy gets himself killed, you better pull it off of his corpse.
Will do.
If you
I
want to get
take the
back out.
pass and I take the pass and I shove it down below my waistband into my suit.
All right. Well, here, we'll open the other side of the airlock, and you guys can board the elevator. It's a 30-minute ride down into the cold, suffocating darkness, boys. Hope you're ready.
Sure, you better stay near me at all times. And I pull
Mhm.
out my shotgun, make sure it's loaded.
So you board this massive freight elevator. It's huge. I mean, you could probably fit 100 people in here. And it starts to slowly descend downwards, and it makes some pretty horrible screeching sounds. This is an old ass freight elevator. The light on it even like flickers at times as it's slowly making its progress down. And like, yeah, it's a good 30-minute descent down to Doptown. Once you
I
get
pull
down,
out.
sorry, go ahead.
No, once we get down there, I did purchase binoculars, and they include night vision. So that would be the first thing I have out.
No problem. Roll a d10 for me, please.
That's a 4.
4. Okay. So the elevator goes down for about 30 minutes. The mercenaries, quite bored, just kind of, looking at their watches as you make the slow descent. Of course, by this point in time, you guys all suit up, get your oxygen tanks ready because
Mhm.
you can feel the air getting thinner and thinner ever since you left the airlock, basically. And eventually, the elevator grinds to a slow halt, and the massive door opens up. And immediately in front of the door, there is a family of 3 oxygen beggars. Child holds a sign that says "Paying for my father's sins." Now, yeah, they're like standing right at the door, so you can't get in without passing them. They look very oxygen
Do they have
deprived.
suits on?
No, they don't have suits on. They don't have suits at all. They're just they're here begging. Do you have any oxygen to donate? Do you bring any spare oxygen tanks?
I would just push all the mercs out of the elevator, like through them.
Okay, just push them right past the beggars. The child's like holding out his hands. One of the mercs even kind of just pushes the child aside. He feels like he gets too close to him. You guys pile off the elevator and go past them to start making your way into the silent market ahead.
Mhm.
So, everybody roll d5. So that's a d10. Cut it in half. Round up.
4.
Okay,
I
and that's how
rolled a
much
2.
you rolled a 2. Okay, so you only gain 1 stress, Monty. You're pretty hard into this. You don't give a shit about these oxygen beggars. Rennick, you had a 4.
Mhm.
So Rennick, you gain 4 points of stress. Bring your stress up by 4.
Cool.
As you're kind of a little bit disturbed by the crass
Yeah.
handling of these oxygen beggars.
Yeah. Yeah. If I was in charge, I'd probably do it, but I'm just following Halifax.
Would you get, Dr. Albright?
I rolled a 1.
Okay, so you also only gain 1 stress.
Okay.
So
Now,
I think that we want to go deeper. This is like a market.
yeah, obviously you're gonna have to work your way through. So Doptown is a hellish slum filled to the brim with suffocating people imprisoned for oxygen debt and kept low by the system that oppresses and exploits them. It is a waking nightmare of overcrowded streets and quiet death as the doomed inhabitants, derogatively called chokers and rebreathers, live out the remainder of their lives in relative silence, afraid of wasting any breath. And the first area you come to here is the auction. It's a silent market where many Doptonians offer their services at cutthroat rates in order to afford to pay down their massively accumulating oxygen debts. Just about any service can be purchased here. Wealthy citizens from the Dream often come down here with bodyguards in order to pay for their dirty work to be done. Assassins and hitmen offer up services alongside cleaning crews, personal assistants, pleasure slaves. Everyone wants a chance to breathe real air again. I'd like you all to make fear saves, please.
Okay.
As the oppression and the you realize just how low the oxygen levels are outside of your suits.
Monty
Did not make
passes with a 17.
Okay.
Fails with 59.
Rennick failed. How did Albright do?
Fails as well.
Okay. Dr. Albright, you're going to gain 1 more stress, and Rennick, you're going to gain 2 more stress.
Cool.
Just from the, the whole
So I'm
idea
gonna
of
look
where you are
around and look
setting
for.
it up on you.
I want to look around for someone that looks like speedy, like the most healthy, right? And I'm trying to. I would ask. I'm gonna ask them to like lead us to these to the darkness.
You mean to your location? You're supposed to go to the sink?
Yeah.
So
So
do
you're
we
looking
know
to
where
hire
that
a
is?
guide to the sink. Yeah.
Yes.
You do find one healthier, kind of young, probably like a maybe 13-year-old boy.
Doctor, we should
He
get this boy to
he's
lead
actually
us.
got an oxygen tank with a rebreather mask as well that he's not currently wearing. So maybe he's conserving it. He says, "Yeah, I can guide you there. I'll take you there for let's see, to the sink. Yeah, I'll do it for 100 credits."
What's your name, son?
Name's Randy.
Randy, you should ask for more.
Well, fine. I'll do it for 1,000 credits.
There you go. Good boy.
That's coming out of you, Rennick.
Hey, life is more worth more than a gun, and guns cost more than that. So
Randy, child, I need us. I need you to lead us
Yeah, sure.
to the
I'll take you
choke,
there.
to the spawn.
Yep, I know a shortcut. We can skip the slums, go straight through the lottery, and then it's just a 20-story climb down the sludge waterfall.
easy
You go
peasy.
down there often?
Often enough.
Can you take us to where the smallest spawns live?
Oh, well, I mean, they wander all over the place. It's not like, you know. Why are you looking for choke spawn anyway?
Tell me, Randy, do they ever come up the waterfall?
Sure. Yeah, we've encountered them even here, sometimes in the slums.
Doctor, I think we should use the baits at the tip of the waterfall.
Okay, that's where they try. The low risk, the better.
Sure, we gotta make our way around the slums anyway to get over to the lottery. That's where the climb down to the waterfall is near.
Randy, are you an only child?
Yes, I am. I'm on my own since my parents passed away.
They died here of suffocation, I assume.
Yeah, they died choking.
And you witnessed this.
Yeah, of course. We witness it all the time down here. It's nothing unusual. So, if you follow me, and he'll start taking you around to avoid the slums. So I guess it's kind of earning his money's worth. Yeah, he says you don't want to go to the slums if you can avoid it anyway. It's cramped, stinks of death, oxygen beggars all over the streets, rampant robbery. If you guys went walking through there wearing the gear you're currently wearing, who knows what might happen to you. Unfortunately, there's enough of you. Maybe people would leave you alone, but I don't know. People get desperate enough. Yeah, you might not want to lag behind too far, he says to the Marine who's standing at the farthest in the back, and he kind of moves up a bit more.
Can I give? Let me see. No, I don't have a flashlight. Never mind. I would just have my binoculars when we get to the waterfall, looking
Roll a
down.
d10 for me there, Rusty.
That's a 7.
A 7. Okay. You come across a group of 4 armored Tempest troopers patrolling. They see you guys, and they leave you alone. They give you a decent enough berth. Not so much that they're afraid of you, but they just realize you're not beggars or anything, so they're not going to harass you.
Do I see if they have grenades?
They do, yeah. They have the smart rifles with frag grenades.
Can we get their attention?
Sure. If you want,
Uh,
flag them down.
Trooper. Yeah. How much
Yeah.
you getting paid today?
Getting paid enough. Who are you?
10,000 enough? If you want to make a little extra on the side, you want to come with us and help us out.
You can see his rank on his thing. He's rank 9.
Yeah. Which
Rank-
is high or
rank,
low?
Rank 10 is the highest.
Yep. Yeah, if you want to make it the easy 10,000, come hunt some bugs with us. Get 10,000 per head.
Well, that's mighty kind of you, but we've had enough choke spawn for the day. Happy hunting to you.
Right. Do you have any left? Did you happen to leave any of the bodies around anywhere?
Oh,
Did you
no.
happen to leave any corpses around?
No, we sent them up top already. Antonio's paying a bounty today.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. Sounds like a good deal.
Sorry, I hope we left enough behind for you. Hopefully the pickings aren't too slim. Good luck, little buddy.
We'll see what we can do.
Pat you on the shoulder and he walks off.
When I see that, Halifax is
Good.
gonna kick Randy in the rear and be like, "Speed it up, boy. We ain't got all day."
Jeez. All right. Well, he was gonna.
Hey, Randy, you should charge extra for that.
Yeah, he was gonna give you some rumors and stuff, but now he's fuck that. He's just gonna lead you on. Okay, roll another one. You get another encounter possibility. Roll D10, please.
That's a 3.
A 3. You come across another oxygen beggar with a cardboard sign of a clock showing how many hours he has left to live.
What's it on?
3.
I'll say to the kid, and I'll like rub his hair. I should be back in 2. Wait here.
Okay. What do you do?
I keep like the mercenaries are like marching, so I just like am and kind of in the back with Dr. Albright.
And
Not in the back. I'm in the middle. Yeah. I'm not
I
gonna
just
trail.
told that child, wait here, I'll be back in 2 hours.
I mean, we have no way of giving oxygen, right?
you can donate credits, and then they can use that to. Yeah.
This is 13. Can you get back onto the mission and stop spending money you don't have?
13, I need you on the command deck. I'm about to let this little rascal bait loose.
Very well.
Where? Just right here in the.
No,
kinda-
I'm waiting till we get to the top of the waterfall. And I'm
Okay.
going to
Well,
talk
yeah.
to
First,
Randy.
first you can get to the lottery. So. Okay. So nobody gives anything to the oxygen beggar. You could donate oxygen from your own tank. I imagine you could. Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Can you check to see if they're like genuinely, is there a readout on their oxygen stick or whatever?
You want to check it out yourself to see? Yeah.
Check out to see
You,
if
you can look right at the tank that he's currently sucking on. And see, yeah, it's got about 3 hours of oxygen left.
transfer a few credits. I don't know what the going rate is.
Well, no, he's begging for oxygen, not for money. Sorry.
No, but I thought you could translate the credits into.
Oh yeah, well these guys are in oxygen debt, so yeah, you could donate some credits to pay off some of his debt. Sure, his current oxygen debt. Let me see here. I'll tell you in 2 seconds. Well, it'll be more than 2 seconds, but let's say he's this old. Yeah, his current oxygen debt is 98,550 credits.
What the hell? Did he inherit his debt? So it'll pay off about.
You gonna ask
1,000
him?
credits.
Do you want to ask him?
When
Yeah, I
he
can
asked him, Monty's going to try to pull the doctor away.
So you ask him, did he inherit his debt? Is that what you say to him, Dr. Albright?
Yeah.
He says, I was born here, sir. 10 credits a day, every day of my life.
The team presses the red button on his alert to all their bracelets. Red, 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 red.
Yeah, I'll donate 1,000 credits. Then
Okay,
go.
cool. Anybody else want to donate? No? Okay.
No, I was trying to
Nah.
pull him,
And now
steer him off.
13 is flagging you all on the comms, the emergency channel.
You got an emergency up there, 13?
13, can you connect with a body cam?
13 can see through Rennick's body cam, I believe, right? Was it Rennick who had one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've been watching it.
We're almost
He's
to
been
the
watching the whole
waterfall,
time.
13.
Been watching and listening the whole time. Please focus on the mission at hand.
Monty and
Pilot, I'm
Rennick,
sorry.
both of you, please give me sanity saves, please.
48. There's a fail.
How about you, Monty?
31, which is actually a save.
Okay, so you're not bothered, but Rennick, you gain 1 point of stress after ignoring the oxygen beggar, who still only has 3 hours to live, but he's 1,000 credits less in debt now.
It's not about him. It's about me.
I know. It saved you from gaining that potential stress. All right, and now you arrive at what's called the lottery. Doptonians gather up the discarded oxygen tanks that have been scavenged by teams in the sink and distribute them based on a lottery, 1 entry per person. The oxygen tanks have varying amounts of hours of oxygen left in them. You will see a woman here passing out oxygen tanks. These look like brand new, like barely had the plastic broken off from kind of oxygen tanks. You see her passing out, and there are there's a large group of Doptonians gathered around her. You know, and they're praising her and cheering her. You know, she seems to be some sort of a hero down here amongst these people.
Randy, tell me, what is her name?
It's
And why do you walk so slow?
It's Imogen Kane, sir. She's leading the resistance.
Tell her there's a kid back there with 3 hours left.
One day, they will overtake the airlock and invade the dream. You see, he gets kind of like this almost fanatical look in his eyes as he says it.
Randy, you saw those 4 guys we walked by with the rifles and the armor and whatnot? There's so many more of them past the airlock. Y'all do not have a chance.
There's more of us, I bet.
Randy,
there's-
you have a bright
Might be more
future.
of you, but they probably have more bullets.
Well, anyway, here you go. Over here is the waterfall. Let's make our way down, and he'll lead you over to.
Oh, let's not go down yet, Randy. Wait. I must inspect your suit. Think
Why?
you.
He's not wearing a suit. He's just got a rebreather and an oxygen tank,
Okay.
just like a mask,
Well,
basically.
I want to let the. Okay, I want to let the rat out at the top of the water, like at the top of the falls.
Okay, you can do that. And what then? Just let it roam free?
Yeah, and 13's gonna track it.
Is that right, 13? Are you going to follow it, see where it goes?
Correct.
Okay. 13. Go ahead and just roll percentile for me. Tell me what you roll.
59.
Okay. It goes, starts kind of, it messes around the edge of the waterfall for a bit, and then it starts making its way back to Doptown.
Very well. He'll just keep that on the side note, and he'll keep following the voice and the video feed.
Oh, this reminds me. Let me double check. Do I need to roll again here? No, I don't. Okay, cool.
I only need 3 heads, boys. 3 heads each.
So this is a 20-story toxic sludge waterfall. There is actually an old hunglung here named Otto, who is selling scavenged climbing gear for a full oxygen tank per set, or 2,000 credits per set.
Oh shit, we should all grab these.
He says, "Hey, Randy, guiding a tour, I see."
Rennick, what do you say? We all get one.
Yes.
Mercs can try to climb down on their own.
Yeah, I mean they get paid to do that work, so I'm good with ourselves some gear for everyone who can pay for
Comrade
it.
13, I'm gonna need you to transfer funds to Monty's account to purchase climbing gear. You've seen these falls.
Randy, how good of a climber are you?
Oh, I'm one of the best.
I
can
so
make the
maybe you
climb
can tell
without
me,
gear,
is this?
but
Yeah,
I
I was
need
going to
to.
ask if this climbing gear is a scam for tourists or if they're absolutely necessary for us getting down there safely.
Oh no, it's not a scam at all. Trust me. You can make the climb without gear. I do all the time, but it's not
Yeah,
easy.
but
And
you have you're a
it's
pro.
a 20-story fall.
Yeah, I'd prefer not to fall that far. Let's hook us up with some gear.
You say it was 1,000 credits?
2,000
It was
credits per set.
2,000. 2,000.
2,000 credits or one full oxygen tank.
How much is the
Which we
full
don't
oxygen
have.
tank? If
Full
We
you
don't have
did,
any.
what is top? How much is
Uh,
that worth? How much is that worth to those people there?
since nobody else is looking any of this stuff up, oxygen tank 50 credits. That tell you how much oxygen is worth to people here?
Oh. You're asking for 6,000 credits?
Who was asking for 6,000 credits?
Apparently, Pilot Halifax was
Mm-hmm.
amongst all his other expenditures.
Oh,
I
okay.
would.
Gotta spend money
I'm
to make money.
requesting. I'm requesting climbing gear 13. I have really soft hands, as all pilots do.
So 3 of you require climbing gear at 2,000 credits apiece,
That is
which is
correct.
twice the cost of a vac suit and nearly twice the cost of your weapon.
13. These will come in handy in the future, so it's an investment to the crew.
Very well. Take it out of your account.
Okay, so mark it off.
2,000
You buy 3 sets of climbing gear.
Yep.
Okay, so that you guys won't require to make any rolls. However, these 10 Marines need rolls to make it down. Now,
I have 10 spaces written, by the way, if you want to help keep track of that stuff. I didn't know if you wanted help or not.
why don't you just go ahead and roll 20, or so roll 20, roll 10 percentile rolls for me and tell me what they are.
You want them all at once, or you mean to keep track of them?
Let's go one by one, actually. Let's do one by one. Fuck it. It's easier that way.
70.
Okay, so Marine number 1 falls and dies.
All right. 15.
What was that?
1-5.
1-5. Okay, that guy makes down no problem. Okay, it's Marine 2. Next.
26.
Okay, he has a little difficulty getting down. He gets down, but just with a little bit of damage to the vac suit. Okay, number 4.
86.
86. He falls and dies. That's 2 dead. Number 5.
09.
09. Okay, so that guy makes it down as well. Now, out of the first 5 to go down, 2 have fallen to their deaths. This is going to require loyalty rolls for the remaining 5. So their loyalty is okay. Captain Halifax, Monty, go ahead and roll for me. Roll percentile, just so what you get.
Oh, percentile? Cool. This is a 51.
Excellent. Okay, so you guys make it down to the bottom, no problem with your climbing gear. Randy isn't too far behind you, actually. He's real nimble. He's a real good climber. You notice he seems to know all the spots to hit. So he comes down. 2 Marines drop to their deaths. Vac suits badly damaged. Face masks cracked, oxygen tanks compromised. Another 3 make it down. One of which kind of falls down, maybe the last 10 feet, and kind of like sprains his ankle or something a little bit, but he's okay.
Can I go up to the guy that sprained his ankle?
Mm-hmm.
And I would try to sleight of hand my scalpel and puncture his suit discreetly and reassure him he's fine.
Well, if you puncture his suit, he's going to get an alarm to say about potential. What do you call it?
Oh shit. Okay. If Monty would have known that, he wouldn't do it.
The fuck is it called? Decompression.
Compromise.
Decompression.
Yeah. Yeah. But I would suggest maybe we take these remains as other bait.
The other
I
5
checked his
guys
ankle.
never come down.
Rennick, get them down here. We paid them.
You want me to climb back up?
Just stand by.
Doc-
Do they have comms, right? The other 5 Marines?
Yep.
How do they plan on getting back up if
Marines,
you haven't gotten
this
past?
is 13, your employer. What's the deal?
No reply. In fact, you get the notification that your line has been blocked.
I would talk to 13 and be like, 13, you're one hell of a leader. Where's my 5 other men for this mission?
They're probably back there with the children that you told you would pay back on your way back through. Have the identify the 5 Marines that you have on hand.
You have
All
3
right.
and 2 bodies.
I just need to identify them.
Dr.
they're not
Albright,
getting-
how should we continue?
They're not getting past the airlock without this pass you got, so
Yeah,
they can wander around here as long as they want.
maybe if we could get some sort of message to them.
Randy
There's-
just kind of stands next to you, Monty, and he looks at the 2 dead Marines and he says,
No, Dr. Albright, what's your expertise? Can you help us to this hunt?
the other guys aren't coming.
I'm here for medical support, really. You want me to guide you on a
No.
13,
All right.
I need
hunt?
the names of those 5 Marines that are with you.
Who cares?
I can
Just
figure
make names up. I don't have
Okay.
names for 10 random Marine.
I would
NPCs.
say
I'll put a
I would
bounty on the other 5.
oh nice.
Okay.
I'm sure Randy knows
Randy.
where. Yeah.
Yeah, Randy, lead us.
So let's follow Randy's lead and see if we can get out of here as quick as
Well,
possible.
are we waiting for the other 5, or are they not coming?
Sounds like they're not coming. We're just gonna trek on.
I guess maybe you
Cut
should
their
take
comms.
care.
They
Guess maybe you should take better care of your people, he says, and he starts leading you down into the
That
sink.
was Randy.
Yeah, that was Randy. He starts leading you away
I'll
from the
take
falls into the sink, which is what remains of the once bustling downtown center of the dream, now lying in ruins. And actually, we're already at the 2-hour mark, so I think we'll leave it off right there.
Okay. We haven't made it. Okay. Cool.
You're just now approaching the sink. So, yeah. Which means we'll be rolling for more encounters and stuff to come. But yeah, it's a good place to stop, I think.